In video description I have provided the link to download free practice model. Please subscribe to this channel. Hi friends, in this video we are going to see how to create a section file for the center console cup holder bezel part. I am creating one geometrical set for creating the section sketch. Purpose of section is how your part is need to be generate, how it is going to engage with the mating part or surrounding parts. So those informations will be available in the sections. The profile which need to follow, that one will be created in 2D and it is highlighted in the geometrical set. Majorly it is for the reference purpose. Just I am creating the geometrical set. So in this cup holder bezel we need to have a flange at the edges for the assembling. So mating part also will have small flange and surrounding parts also it will have a flange. So we will see how that flange profile need to be. So for proposal purpose we can create a sketch in 2D how your part will be, or for engaging or environmental part study or packaging study we can provide the sections. I am creating a axis system at the middle of the part by using the same point which we have used for the tooling direction. If you want to see how I have created the tooling direction for this part, in previous video it is available. So this axis system created in the Y0 plane. Part thickness for this is 2.5 mm and environmental part cup holder and bottom bezel. Attachment strategy, we are going to have the metal clip and screw bars. Features, we have a 2-way and 4-way locator, and then tooling direction is Z. So I have created the axis system. Using that axis system I am going to create a sketch. So all around this part small flange will be there. That flange profile we are going to create in the sketch. In some of the companies sections will be created from the craftsmanship, how much clearance we need to maintain and how the profile should be. So those kind of details will be provided from the craftsmanship team. In this video we will create the flanges around the bezel part and inside near the cup holder part, and we will create a cup holder sketch also. So initial stage we need to create this sketch profile for easy understanding how your part is going to assemble or how it is going to engage with the mating part. So just I am offsetting the same profile for 2.5 mm. So whenever you are creating the sketch, it should be on one axis and perpendicular to another axis. It should have two axes, then only it will be easy to understand the profile of the part. But for time constraint, I have created only one sketch at y0. The same way we need to follow for creating on the plane of x also. So on these edges we need to have the flange. So we should not change or modify the A surface. So whatever the flange you are going to create, it should be on the B surface, B side of the part. This is the aesthetic part. So that is the reason we are going to have this flange to sit on the environmental part to have the proper finish. You need to properly constrain the profile, then only you can modify the geometry whatever you want. Just I am offsetting the same profile to maintain the uniform thickness and toolability. So whenever you are creating the sketch, you can create with the draft value itself for clearing on the tool, so that it will be have the proper geometry. From generating from the sketch surface or from the section, it should not have the linking with this section file. Make sure when you are creating the B surface, just this is for the reference. It should not have any link with the newly generating B surface. So this is reference purpose. So if it is now you are not able to give the full constraint, also not an issue. If you are providing with full constraint, then this sketch will be proper. Whenever you can modify, it will be easy for you. The same way in this one, it is going to engagement, it is going to have the engagement with the cup holder. So this is our A surface, so we are not touching anything on the A surface. So how this part is going to assemble is, first it is going to sit on the cup holder. So that is the reason this flange is coming outside for the aesthetic purpose. Otherwise it will have the see-through. The similar way, if I creating the flange in B side, then it will have the see-through. So that is the reason we are having this small flange. The thickness of the flange we are maintaining is 1 mm. So for plastic designs we need to have the minimum thickness of 0.8, otherwise you will face the shortage defect. So this is the aesthetic part, console cup holder bezel. It will have the chrome finish, or sometimes it will have the texture finish. It depends upon the variants. Variance is nothing but higher end, lower end, mid variant. So if it is have a higher end, then it will have the more aesthetic. Cost also will be there. Added to that, basic variant will have the basic profile or basic aesthetic. It won't be, or it won't have much attractive shapes or designs. The same profile we are going to create on this side also. How we have created on the end profile. Near the cup holder also it is going to have the same profile. Console is the major part. It will have some of the user interfaces also. This part is just behind the armrest. It is accessible from the passenger side. It will come at the center. It will have two cup holders. So the rear passengers can have the access for this one. Designing is different from the engineering. So here we need to think as the engineering aspect. So this side also I'm not touching the A surface. So instead of creating this flange on A surface, if you have created on the B, then it will have the see-through. So finally your design won't be proper. It won't have the proper look also. Customer won't feel good. So in this aspect you need to think and you need to work on the part. While designing, you need to learn the engineering properly, how this part is going to manufacture and function of the part. Those details you need to be aware. Simply learning the tool, it is not a big task, anyone can do. But how you are approaching the part, that is the main thing. Then only you will work as an engineer. Otherwise you will be a CAD guy. The same way we are creating the flange at the boundary of the part. So whenever you are creating the sections, create one section at the y0 and then you need to create on the sides. From there, if your part is having some 200 mm on y direction, then you need to create it on the center and then 75 on each side. Create a plane and create your profile, and then perpendicular to y0 you need to create 3 more sections. Then only your part will, the user or who is going to design the part, he can easily understood the how he need to have the part profile. See, my flanges are now created without affecting the A surface. So next I am going to create a section for the mating part cup holder. So that clearance value between the two components you need to have. I am going to consider 0.1 mm between the two parts. So we have created the sketch section file for the y0. Just I am changing the color so that it will have the visible. So standard color we used to follow is pink or magenta, and rename the sketch properly so that easily you can identify. You can mention the plane coordinates which you have created so that it will be helpful for the later stage. So now next we can create the section for the mating part cup holder. On the same y0 I am going to create one more sketch. So my part going to have the attachment in this area, the environment part. So I am going to maintain the 0.1 mm clearance between these two parts. So if you see, it is assembling from the top so that it will have the full contacts if I have maintained the 0.1 also. So make sure how your part is going to sit with the environmental part. For easy understanding, I am going to maintain the 0.1. If you see, instead of 0.1, it will have the touch condition in reality. So due to gravity, it will pull the part down so that it will just rest on the mating part. For easy understanding, just I am creating the profile with 0.1 mm clearance. If we are creating with 0.1 also, it is okay, it will have some safety. If your part is more or less, so this clearance only, as I told, the craftsmanship team will be decided. So I have added the constraints to the drawing. Just I have removed those areas for easy understanding to reduce the time. So just I have done the constraints and I'm just changing the fillet value and providing the fillets. So I'm just maintaining uniform thickness, uniform profile between the edges. On the opposite side, I'm creating the same profile with 0.1 mm clearance. So the help of the section file is nothing but how your part is going to have the engagement or how the clearance will be between the parts. Those things will be represented here itself. So without my mating part, just I'm creating the profile how it needs to have on the edges. Kind of reason only we are creating the section file. If somebody is working on the mating part, if you create the section and you can give it so that they will follow the same profile, you can also follow the same profile. Finally, if you have assembled both the parts, it won't have any issue. So it will reduce the lot of confusion and reworks. So before starting the part, you need to work on the section creation. Then only you will have an idea how your part going to be. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to this channel, add your comments. If you want to have a look in any part, add it in the comment. We will try to create the part and we will check on the parts. Just I'm creating the base profile. So it is a circular part. It will sit at the bottom. So no need to worry about the environmental part. Anyhow, you will have a separate surface for that. So your more concentration will be on the engagement area. So your profile is created. On the sides, you can create how you want. If you have the proper dimension or surface, you can use the same. Otherwise, for representation purpose, just you can create it. Our requirement is only on the mating part area, so that the flange profile is defined over there. Please check my previous videos. I have added one playlist for the rear door scuff plate creation from A surface to close volume by generating the B surface, C surface. I have created one part, and also I have created for the front bumper. If you search the playlist, you can find all the videos. So if you want to be a designer, just whenever you have a time, just see how the part is generating. Whenever you are traveling or whenever you have free time, just keep the video on and just see how the part is creating, how we are approaching the profile, so that you can learn a lot. I have created one more video. What is the role of engineer in the design? Please check that video if you are going to be a good designer. If you are looking for the career in design field. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel. In video description, I have provided the link to download free practice model. Please subscribe to this channel.